my grandsons would be such a dunce. I've said 100 times if I said once that if you keep the course on which you started, you'll leave your worthy father broken heart. And you, his sister, seem so pure, so shy, so innocent, so demure. But you know what they say about still waters. Pity parents with secret of daughters. Now, mother! And as for you, child, let me add that your behavior is extremely bad. And a poor example for these children, too. Their dear, dead mother did far better than you. You're much too free with money, and I'm distressed to see you so elaborately dressed. When it's one's husband one aims to please, one has no need of costly fripperies.
Oh, madam, really? How could you ever?
And you are her brother, sir, and I respect and love you. Yet if I were my son, this lady's good and pious spouse, I wouldn't make you welcome in my house. You're full of worldly counsels, which I fear are unsuitable for decent folk to hear.
Your man Tartuffe is full of holy speeches.
He practices precisely what he preaches. He's a fine man and should be listened to. I will not hear him mocked by fools like you.
Good God! You expect me to submit to the tyranny of that carpet hypocrite? Must we forego all joys and satisfactions because that bigot censors all our actions?
To hear him talk, and he talks all the time. There's nothing one can do that's not a crime. He rails at everything. Your dear Tartuffe.
Whatever he reproves deserves reproof. He's out to save your souls, and all of you must love him as my son would have you do.
Oh, no, grandmother. I can never take to such a rascal, even for my father's sake. That's how I feel, and I shall not dissemble. His every action makes me seethe and tremble with helpless anger, and I have no doubt that he and I will shortly have a chat.
Surely it is a shame disgrace to see this man usurp the master's place. To see this beggar, who when he came had not a shoe or shoestring to his name, so far forget himself that he behaves as if the house were his, and we his slaves.
Mark my words. Your souls would fare far better if you obeyed his precepts to the letter.
You see him as a saint. I'm far less off. In fact, I see right through him. He's a fraud.
Nonsense. You all regard him with distaste and fear because he tells you what you loathe to hear, condemns your sins, points out your moral flaws, and humbly strives to further heaven's cause.
If sin is all that bothers him, why is it he's so upset when folk drop in to visit? Is heaven so outraged by a social call that he must prophesy against us all? I'll tell you what I think. If you ask me, he's jealous of my mistress' company.
Rubbish. He's not a lone child of complaining with all your promiscuous entertaining. Why, the whole neighborhood's upset, I know, by all the carriages that come and go with crowds of guests parading in and out, and noisy servants luring about. In all of this, I'm sure there's nothing vicious, but why give people cause to be suspicious?
They need no cause. They'll talk in any case. No, madam, this will be a joyless place if, fearing what malicious tongues might say, we locked our doors and turned our friends away. No one cannot fight slander to losing battle. Let us instead ignore their tittle tattle, strive to move by conscious degrees, and let the gossips also with it, please.
If there is talk against us, I know the source. It's Daphne and a little husband, of course. Those who the greatest cause for guilt and shame are quickest to besmirch a neighbor's name. When there's a chance reliable, they never miss it. When something can be made to seem illicit, they're off to spread the joyous news, having the facts and fantasies they choose. By talking up their neighbors' indiscretions, they seek to camouflage their own transgressions, hoping that others' innocent affairs will lend a hue of innocence to theirs, or that their own black guilt will come to seem part of the general shady colored scheme.
All that is quite irrelevant. I doubt that anyone's more virtuous and devout than dear or want, and I'm informed she condemns your mode of life coffee and instance.
Oh, yes, she's strict about it, has no cake of worldliness. In short, she seems a saint, but it was time to taught her that disguise. She's thus because she can't be otherwise. So, as long as her attractions could enthrall, she's flawlessly flirted and enjoyed it all. But now that they're no longer what they were, she quits a world which is fast quitting her, and wears a veil of virtue to conceal her bankrupt beauty and lost appeal.
That sort of talk is what you like to hear. Therefore, you have us all keep still, my dear. For man what is wrong to live long day. Nevertheless, I need to have my say. I tell you, you are blessed to have Tartuffe dwelling as my son gets beneath this roof. That heaven has sent him to forestall its wrath by leading you once more
premature.
What a scene she made, and what it did. And that man Tartuffe has taken her in.
Yes, but her son is even worse to see. Its folly must be seen to be believed. In the late troubles he played an able part, and served the king with wise and loyal heart. But he's quite lost his senses since he fell beneath Tartuffe's infatuating spell. Oh, he calls him brother, and loves him as his life, preferring him to mother, child, or wife. In him and him alone will he can find. He's made him his confessor and his guide. He pets and pampers him with love more tender than any praying mistress could engender. Gives him the place of honor when they dine. Delights to see him gorging like a swine. Stuffs him with dainties till his guts distend, and when he belches cries, God bless you, friend. Much pleased to find so easy a victim has in 100 ways beguiled and tricked him. Milked him with money, and, with his permission, established here a sort of inquisition. Even Laurent, his lackey, dares to give us arrogant advice on how to live. He sermonizes us in thundering tones and confiscates our ribbons and colognes. Last week, he tore a kerchief into pieces because he found its pressed in the life of Jesus. He said, it was a sin to juxtapose unholy vanities and holy prose. Ha!
Are you done?
Oh, you did well not to follow. She stood in the door and said verbatim all she'd said before. I hear my husband coming. I think I'd best go upstairs now and take a little rest.
I'll wait and greet him here, then I must go. I really don't have time to say hello.
Oh, sound to about my sister's wedding, please. Oh, I think Tartuffe's against it, and that he's been urging father to withdraw his blessing. As you well know, I find that most distressing. Unless my sister and Boulez can marry, my hopes to wed his sister will miscarry, and I'm determined to...
He's coming.
Oh, brother, good day. Oh, welcome, brother. I'm sorry I can't stay. How's the country? Blooming, I trust, and green?
Excuse me, brother, just one moment. Doreen.
With my mind at rest, I always learn the household news the moment I return. Has all been well these 2 days I've been gone? How's the family? What's been going on?
Your wife 2 days ago had a bad fever and a fierce headache which refused to leave her.
Ah. And Tartuffe?
Tartuffe. Well, he's round and red, busting with health and excellently fed.
Poor fellow.
That night, the mistress was unable to take a single bite at the dinner table. Her headache pains, she said, were simply hellish.
Oh. And Tartuffe?
He ate a meal with relish and zealously devoured in her presence a leg of mutton and brace of pheasants.
Poor fellow.
Well, the pains continued strong until she tossed and tossed all night long. Now icy cold, now burning like a flame, we sat beside her bed till morning came.
Ah. And Tartuffe?
Why, having eaten, he rose and sought his room, already in the nose, got into his warm bed and snored away in perfect peace until the break of day.
Poor fellow.
After much ado, he talked her into dispatching someone for the doctor. He bled her, and the fever quickly fell.
And Tartuffe?
He bore it very well, to keep his cheerfulness at any cost and make up for the blood Madame had lost. He drank at lunch 4 beakers full of port.
Poor fellow.
Though we're doing well in short, I'll go tell Madame that you've expressed keen sympathy and anxious interest.
That girl was laughing in your face, sir. And though I wish not to offend you, she had some excuse. I mean, how could you be such a goose? Are you so dazed by this man's hocus pocus that our world's safe in? Is that a focus? I mean, you give him food, shelter, water. Why must you also...
Brother, stop right there. You do not know the man of whom you speak.
I'll grant you that, but my judgment is not so weak that I can tell by its effect on others.
When you meet him, you two will be like brothers. There's been no loftier soul since time began. He's a man who... An excellent man. To keep his precepts is to be reborn, and you, this and under his tutelage my soul's been freed from earthly loves, and every human tie, my mother, children, brother, and wife, could die. And I not feel a single moment's pain.
Fine sentiment, brother. Most you may.
And you see, Tartuffe, as I first known him, your heart, like mine, would have surrendered to him. He used to come into our church each day and humbly kneel nearby and start to pray. He'd draw the eyes of everybody there by the deep fervor of his heartfelt prayer. He'd sigh and he'd weep, and sometimes with a sound of rapture he would bend and kiss around. His servant man, no less devout than he, informed me of his master's poverty. I gave him gifts, but in his humbleness he begged me each time to give him less. Oh, that's too much, sir, he cried. Too much on advice. I don't deserve it. The half, sir, would suffice. And when I wouldn't take it back, to share half of it with the poor, right then and there. At length, heaven prompted me to take him into dwellings and free our souls from sin. He guides our lives, and to protect my honor, stays by my wife and keeps an eye upon her. He tells me who she sees, and all she does is seems more jealous than I ever was.
Good God, man! Have you lost all common sense? Or is this all some joke at my expense? I mean, how can you stand there, not surprised?
Brother, your language savors of impiety. Too much free thinking's made your feet unsteady. And as I've warned you many times already, it will get you in trouble before you're through.
As I've been told by dupes like you, being blind would have all this wine as well. The clear-seeing man you call an infidel. And he who sees no humbling and pretense is charged by his wants of reverence. Spare me your warnings, brother. I have no fear. I'll speak it out for you and family here. Against affected zeal and pious knavery. There's true and false in piety as in bravery. And just as those whose courage shine for most in battle are least inclined to boast, as those whose hearts are truly pure and lowly don't make a flashy show of being holy. Now, brother, there seems a vast difference to me between true piety and hypocrisy. A passing observation, but it applies.
I see, dear brother, that you're profoundly wise. You harbor all the insight of the age. You're our one clear mind, our only sage.
Whether I do not pretend to be a sage, nor do I have all the wisdom of the age. There's just one insight I dare to claim. I know that true and false are not the same. And just as there's nothing I more revere than a soul whose faith is steadfast and sincere, nothing I more cherish and admire than honest piety and true religious fire. So there's nothing that I find more base than specious piety's honest face.
Now then, dear brother, is your speech concluded?
Why, yes. Your service. Brother, wait! There's one more thing that you agreed to late, that young Valera might have your daughter's hand. I did. And set the dates, I understand.
Quite so.
You now postponed it. Is that true?
No doubt.
The matter no longer pleases you. Who knows? Do you mean to go back on your word? I won't say that. Has anything occurred that might entitle you to break your pledge? Perhaps. Oh, I feel so heavy on edge. The boy asked me to sound you in this affair. It's been a pleasure. What's on so there? Whatever you like. What have you decided? What are your plans?
I plan, sir, to be guided by heaven's will.
Oh, come, brother, don't talk rots. You can believe your word. Will you keep it or not? Good day!
This looks like young Valera's I'm doing. I'm going to warn him that trouble's brewing. Eavesdroppers, dear. I'm making sure we shan't be overheard. Someone in there could catch our every word. Ah, good. We're safe. Now, Marianne, my child, you're a sweet girl who's tractable in mind, whom I hold dear and think most highly.
I am deeply grateful, Father, for your love.
That's well said, Doctor. And you can remain if in all things you'll cheerfully obey me.
Oh, to please you, sir, is what delights me best.
Ah, good. Now, what do you think of Tartuffe, our guest?
I, sir?
Yes, wait your answer. Think it through.
Oh, dear, I'll say whatever you wish me to.
That's wisely said, my daughter. Say of him then that he's the very worthiest of men, and that you're fond of him, and would rejoice in being his wife, if that should be my choice. Well,
What?
what's that?
I-
Well,
Forgive me,
did
pray.
you not hear me?
I'm fond of rejoicing. Being his wife, if that should be your choice.
Why, I've Tartuffe.
But, Father, that's false, you know. Why would you have me say what isn't so?
Because I am resolved it shall be true. That it's my wish should be enough for you.
You can't mean.
Yes! Tartuffe shall be allied by marriage to this family, and he's to be your husband, is that clear? It's a father's privilege. What are you doing? Is curiosity so fierce a passion with you that you must eavesdrop in this fashion?
There's lately been a rumor going about, based on some hunch or chance remark, no doubt, that you mean Mary Ann to wed Tartuffe! I laugh it off, of course. It's just a spoof.
You find it so incredible?
Yes, I do. I won't accept that story, even from you.
Well, you'll believe it when the thing is done.
Oh, yes, of course. Go on and have your fun.
I've never been more serious in my life.
Ha!
Daughter, I mean it. You're to be his wife.
And no, don't believe your father. It's all a hoax.
See here, young woman.
Come, sir. No more jokes. You can't fool us.
How dare you fucking wait!
All right, then. We believe you, sad to say. But how a man like you, who looks so wise and wears a mustache of such splendid size, can be so foolish
Silence,
as...
please. My girl, you take too many liberties. I'm master here, as you must not forget.
Do let's discuss this calmly, sir. Don't be upset. You can't be serious about this plan. What should that bigot want with Mary Ann? Praying and fasting ought to keep him busy, and then in terms of wealth and rank, what is he? Why should a man of property like you pick out a beggar son-in-law?
That's will do. Speak of his poverty with reverence. He is a pure and saintly indigence. I mean to get him out of his present straits and help him to recover his estates, which, in his part of the world, are no small thing. For though he is, he's a gentleman just the same.
Yes, so he tells us, and sir, it seems to me such pride goes very ill with piety. But this approach I see has drawn a blank. Let's speak of his person then, not his rank. Doesn't it seem to you a trifle grim to give a girl like her to a man like him? When two are so ill-suited, can't you see what the sad consequence is bound to be? For if one's bridegroom isn't to one's taste, it's hardly an inducement to be chaste. And many a man with horns upon his brow has made his wife the thing she is now. The father who gives his daughter to a man she hates must answer for her sins at heaven's gates. Think, sir, before you place a risky a role.
This servant girl presumes to save my soul.
You would do well to ponder what I've said.
Daughter will disregard this dunderhead. Just trust your father's judgment. Oh, I'm aware of what you promised you to young Valere. Now I hear begins, which greatly shocks me. Now, once more, I doubt about his orthodoxy. His visits to church, I note, are very few.
Would you have him go at the same hours as you and kneel nearby to be sure of being seen?
I can dispense with such remarks, Dorothy. Tartuffe, however, is sure of heaven's blessing, and that is the only treasure worth possessing.
And she'll make him a cuckold, just wait and see.
What's language?
Oh, he's a man of destiny. He's made for horns, and what the stars demand, your daughter's virtue surely can't be stand.
Don't interrupt me further. How did you learn that certain things are none of your concern?
It's for your own sake that I interfere.
Most kind of you. Now hold your tongue, do you hear?
If I didn't love you,
Spare me your affection.
I'll love you, sir, in spite of your rejection.
Blast!
I can't bear, sir, for your honor's sake, to let you make this ludicrous mistake.
You mean to go on talking?
If I didn't protest this sinful marriage, my conscience couldn't rest.
So hold your tongue, you little shrew.
What? Lost your temper? A pious man like you?
Yes, you talk, I am maddened by it. Once and for all, I tell you to be quiet.
Well, I'll be quiet, but I'll be thinking hard.
You think as much as you might, but you had better guard that sussy tongue of yours. Doctor, I've weighed this matter fully.
It drives me wild that I can't speak.
Tartuffe is no young man, but still his person
It's as sweet as can.
is such that even if you shouldn't care for his other merits,
I'll go make a lovely pair. If I were she, no man would marry me against my inclination and go scot-free. He learned before the wedding day was over how readily a wife can find a lover.
orders as a joke.
What? What's the matter? It's without you, I spoke.
What are you doing?
Talking to myself, that's all.
One more bit of impudence and gall, and I shall give her a good slap in the face! My daughter, you shall accept with good grace this husband I've selected. Your wedding day. Why don't you talk to yourself?
I have nothing to say.
Oh, come, just one word.
No, thank you, sir. such an ass?
In short, dear daughter, I mean to be obeyed, and you must bow to this sound choice.
I have not wed such a monster, even just. Oh!
Ow! Daughter, that maid of yours is a thorough pest! She's so upset with me by her insolent talk. I'll calm myself by going for a walk.
Well, girl, have you lost your tongue? Must I play your part and signalize you ought to say?
What good would it do? A father's power is great.
Resist him now, it will be too late. What? Tell him one cannot love a father's whim, that you shall marry for yourself, not him. And that if his dear Tartuffe is so sublime, he's free to marry him at any time.
Control. I could oppose a no to save my soul.
Come, Mary Ann, do listen to reason, won't you? Valère has asked your hand. Do you love him or don't you?
You know the depth of my affection for him. I told you 100 times how I adore him.
I don't believe in everything that I hear. Who knows if your professions were sincere?
They were, Doreen, and you do me wrong to doubt it. Heaven knows I've been all too frank about it.
You love him then.
Oh, more than I can express.
And he, I take it, cares for you no less.
I think so.
And you both with equal fire burn to be married.
That is our God!
What of Tartuffe then? What of your father's plan?
I'll kill myself if I'm forced to wed that man.
I hadn't thought of that before. How splendid! Just die and all your troubles will be ended. A fine solution. Oh, but that is when you talk in that self-pitying cave.
Doreen, how harsh you are. It's most unfair. You have no sympathy for my despair.
I have done it all for those who talk dribble, faced with difficulties, whine and snivel.
Not that I'm timid, but it would be wrong.
True love requires a heart that's firm and strong.
I'm strong in my affection for Valère, but coming with my father is his affair.
But if your father's brain has grown so cracked over his dear Tartuffe that he can retract his blessing, though your wedding day was named, it's surely not Valère to be blamed.
If I defied my father, as you suggest, would it not seem unmaidenly at best? Shall I defend my love at the expense of brazenness and disobedience? Shall I parade my heart's desires in full?
No! I ask nothing of you. Clearly, you want to be Mrs. Tartuffe, and I feel bound not to oppose a wish so very sad. What right have I to criticize the match? Indeed, my dear, demands and brilliant a catch. Monsieur Tartuffe, now there's a man awake! Monsieur Tartuffe, I'm bound to state, is quite a person that's not to be denied, till we know little thing to be his bride. The world already rings with his renown. He's a great noble in his native town. His ears are red. He has a pink complexion, and all in all, he'll sit you to perfection.
Dear God!
Oh, how triumphant you will feel in having caught a husband so ideal.
Stop teasing and use your cleverness to get me out of this appalling mess. Advise me, and I'll do whatever you say.
Ah, no. A dutiful daughter must obey her father, even if he weds her to an ape. You have a bright future. Why struggle to escape? You're a
Oh,
husband.
you turn my blood to ice. Stop torturing me and give me your advice!
Your servant, madam.
Doreen, I beg of you.
No, you servant, his marriage must go.
Doreen!
No.
No, Tartuffe, you know I think you're...
Tartuffe's your cup of tea, and you shall drink him.
I've always told you everything and rely...
No, you deserve to be Tartuffified.
Since you mock me and refuse to care on, henceforth seek my solace in despair. Despair shall be my counselor and friend, and help me bring my sorrows to an end.
There now, come back, my anger's decided. You do deserve some pity, I say.
Doreen, if my father makes me undergo this dreadful martyrdom, I'll die. I know.
Don't fret. It won't be difficult to discover some plan of action. But here's Valère, your lover.
Madame, I've just received the most wondrous news regarding which I'd like to hear your views.
What news?
You are marrying Tartuffe.
I find my father does have such a match in mind.
Your father, madame.
Has just this minute said that it is Tartuffe that he wishes me to wed.
Can he be serious?
Oh, indeed he can. He's clearly set his heart upon a plan.
And what position do you intend to take, madame?
Why, I don't know.
For heaven's sake, you don't know?
No.
Well, well.
Advise me, do.
Marry the man. That's my advice to you?
That's your advice?
Yes.
Truly.
Oh, absolutely. You couldn't choose more wisely, more astutely.
Thanks for this counsel. Follow it, of course.
Do you? I'm sure it will cost you no remorse.
To give in to cause your heart to break.
Oh, I gave it, madam. Only for your sake.
Oh, it's for your sake? Then I'll take it.
Sir, let's see which fool proved the stubborner.
So I'm nothing to you. It was black deception
Oh,
when
please,
you...
enough of that. You told me plainly that I should agree to wed the man my father's chosen for me. And since you
deigned to counsel me so wisely. I promise, sir, to do as you advise me.
I know it was not by mere sway. No, your decision had already been made. But now to save appearances, you protest that you're betraying me at my behest.
Just as you say.
Quite so. Now say that you would never truly look at me.
Alas, if you think so, you choose.
Oh, I choose to think so. And here's a bit of news. You've spurned my hand, but I know where to turn for kinder treatment, to which you shall be learned.
Oh, I'm sure you do. Your noble qualities inspire affection.
Forget my qualities, please. They don't inspire you over much, I find. But there's another lady who I have in mind, whose sweet and generous nature will not scorn to compensate me for the loss I've borne.
Oh, I'm no great loss. And I'm sure you'll transfer your heart quite painlessly from me to her.
I'll do my best to take in my stride the pain I feel being cast aside. Time for forgetfulness may put an end to, but if I cannot forget, I shall pretend to. No self-respecting man is expected to go on loving once he's been rejected.
Now that's a fine, high-minded sentiment.
One to which any sane men were sent. Would you prefer to I pine away in hopeless passion to my dying day?
Go then. Console yourself. Don't hesitate. I wish you to. Indeed, I cannot wait.
You wish me to? That is the final straw. Madame, farewell. Your wish shall be my law.
Splendid.
This breach, remember, is of your making. It's you who's driven me to the step I'm taking.
Of course.
Remember to then merely following your example.
I see that clearly.
Enough then. I'll go into your bidding.
Good.
You shall never see my face.
Excellent.
Yes. What's that? What'd you say?
Nothing. You're dreaming.
Ah, well, I'm on my way. Farewell, madame.
Farewell. If you ask me, both of you are as mad can be. Do stop this nonsense now. I'll only let you squabble so long to see where we get you. Whoa, there, kids, Blair. Come here.
Oh, no, my heart's too full of spleen. Don't pull me back. I wish not to obey.
Stop.
It's too late now. My decision's made.
Oh, he hates society, that's plain. I'll go then and so deliver him from pain. And now you run away. Come back!
No, nothing to signal. Keep me here.
Go! I cannot bear my presence I perceive. To spare further torment, I shall leave.
Again, sir, I'm not escape. Don't you try it. Come here, you two. Stop fussing and be quiet.
What do you want of me?
What's the point of this? We're going to have a little armistice. Now, aren't you silly to get so overheated?
Didn't you see how badly I was treated?
Aren't you a simpleton to have lost your head? Didn't you hear the hateful things he said? You're both great fools. Her sole desire there is to be yours in marriage. To that I'll swear. He loves you only and wants no wife but you, Marianne. On that I'll stake my life.
Then why you advise me so, I cannot see.
On such a question, why ask advice of me?
Oh, you're impossible! Give your hands, you two. Yours first.
But why?
And now a hand from you.
What's the point of this?
There. A perfect fit. You suit each other better than you'll admit.
Aw, come on, don't be so haughty. You let me look at kindness, right, man?
I tell you, lovers are completely mad.
Now come, listen, we're very bad to hurt my feelings and interested. I'm going to play you must allow.
You must allow that you're most unpleasant.
Let's table that discussion for the present. Your father has a plan that must be stopped.
Advise us then. What means must we adopt?
We'll use all manner of means and all at once. Your father's addled, he's acting like a dunce. Therefore, you'd better humor the old fossil. I'll pretend to yield to him, be sweet and docile. And then, as often as necessary, postpone the day on which you agreed to marry. You'll thus gain time, and time will turn the trick. Sometimes, for instance, you'll be taken sick, and that will seem good reason for delay. Or some bad omen will make you change the day. You'll dream of muddy water, or pass the dead man's hearse, or break a looking glass. If all else fails, no man can marry you unless you take his ring and say, I do.
I do.
I do. But now let's separate. If they should find us talking here, our plot might be divined. Go to your friends and tell them what's occurred, and have them urge her father to keep his word. Meanwhile, we'll start her brother into action and get Almir as well to join our faction. Goodbye.
Though each of us will do his best, it's your true heart on which my hope shall rest.
Regardless what father may decide, none but Bel-Air shall claim me as his bride.
Oh, how those words can tempt me. Come what will. One last word.
No time to chat. You leave by this door, and you leave by that.
Oh, may lightning strike me even as I speak. May all men call me cowardly and weak. If any fear or scruple holds me back from settling things
father's been talked about this notion.
No! I must stop that scoundrel's machinations. I'll go and I'll tell him off. I'm out of patience.
Do calm down and be practical. I'd rather my mistress dealt with him, and your father. She's some influence with Tartuffe, I've noted. He hangs upon her word, seems most devoted, and may indeed be smitten by her charm. Pray heaven it's true, 'twould do our cause no harm. She sent for him just now to sound him out on this affair you're so incensed about. She'll find out where he stands and tell him to what dreadful trouble and strife will ensue if he leads countenance to your father's plans. I couldn't really see him, but his man says he's almost finished with his prayers. Go on now, catch him when he comes downstairs.
I want to hear this conference, and I will.
No, they must be alone.
Oh, I'll keep still.
Not you. I know your temper. You start a brawl and shout and stamp your foot and spoil it. Oh,
I won't! I have a perfect right!
oh you're useless! Oh, he's having gas!
Oh!
Hang up my hair shirt, put my scourge in place, and pray the wrong for heaven's perpetual grace. I'm going to the prison now to share my last few coins with the poor wretches there.
Dear God, what affectation, what a fake.
You wish to see me?
Yes.
Oh, for mercy's sake, please, take this handkerchief before you speak.
What?
Cover that bosom, girl! The flesh is weak and unclean thoughts are difficult to control, such sights as that can undermine the soul.
Your soul, it seems, has very poor defenses, and flesh makes quite an impact on your senses. And if I saw you, naked as a beast, not all your hide would tempt me in the least.
Girl, speak more modestly. Unless you do, I shall be forced to take my leave.
Now I want you to wait, sir, and have a word or two with her.
Gladly.
That had a softening effect. I think my guess about him was correct.
Will she be long?
I know. That's her step, I hear. Ah, here she is, and I shall disappear.
May heaven, infinite goodness, we adore, preserve your body and soul forevermore.
Oh, I thank you for that pious wish, but please, do take a chair and let's be more at ease.
I trust that you are once more well and strong.
Ah, yes, the fever didn't last for long.
My prayers are too unworthy, I am sure, to have gained from heaven. It's most gracious here.
Oh, sir, you outdo us all in Christian charity. You've been most kind. I count myself your debtor.
It was nothing, madam. I long to serve you better.
Oh, that's a private matter we wish to discuss. I'm glad there's no one here to hinder us.
I too am glad. It floods my heart with bliss to find myself alone with you like this.
Oh, but this won't take long, sir. I hope you'll be entirely frank and unconstrained with me.
First, let me say that my remarks on the constant visits you are paid were prompted not by any mean emotion, rather by a pure and deep devotion, a fervent zeal.
No need for explanation. Your sole concern, I'm sure, was my salvation.
Quite so. In such great fervor do I feel.
Oh, please! You're bitching!
Which was from excess of zeal. I never meant to cause you pain. I swear I'd rather just...
What could your hand be doing there?
Feeling your gown. Soft, fine-woven stuff.
I'm extremely ticklish. That's enough!
My. What lovely lacework on your dress. The workmanship's miraculous, no less. I've not seen anything to equal it.
Yes, quite. But let's talk business for a bit. They say my husband needs to break his word and give his daughter's hand to you. Sir, have you heard?
He did once mention it, but I confess I dream of quite a different happiness.
Oh, I see. You care for nothing here below.
My heart's not made of stone, you know.
Now your desires not heavyward, unstirring, scorn of all that's earthly and impure.
Our senses are quite rightfully captivated by perfect works our Maker has created. Some glory clings to all that heaven has made, and you, all heaven's marvels are displayed. On that fair face, such beauties have been lavished, the eyes are dazzled, and the heart is ravished. How could I look on you, flawless creature, and not adore the author of all nature? It is, I know, presumptuous on my part to bring you this poor offering of my heart. You are my peace, my solace, my salvation. On you depends my bliss or desolation. I bide your judgment, and as you think best shall be either miserable or blessed.
Your declaration is most gallant, sir, but don't you think it's out of character? You'd have done better to restrain your passion before you spoke in such a fashion. It ill becomes a pious man like you.
I may be pious, but I'm human too. With your celestial charms before his eyes, I have not the power to be wise. I know such words sound strange coming from me, but I'm no angel, nor was meant to be. And if you blame my passion, you must needs reproach as well the charms on which it feeds your loveliness. I had no sooner seen than you became my soul's unrivaled queen. If in compassion for my soul's distress you'll stoop to comfort my unworthiness, I'll raise to you in thanks for that sweet man and endless hymn of infinite Hosanna. With me, of course, there need be no anxiety, no fear of scandal or notoriety. These young court gallants whom all the ladies fancy are vain in speech and action, rash and chancy. Men of my sort, however, love discreetly, and one may trust our reticence completely. My keen concern for my good name ensures the absolute security of yours. In short, I offer you, my dear Elmire, love without scandal, pleasure without fear.
I've heard your well-turned speeches to the end, but what you urge I clearly apprehend. Aren't you afraid I might take a notion to tell my husband of your warm devotion, and supposing he were duly told, his feelings towards you might grow rather cold?
Damn, I trust that your exceeding charity will lead your heart to pardon my temerity, that you'll excuse my violent affection as human weakness, human imperfection, and that, O fairest, you will bear in mind that I'm but flesh, blood. Oh, and then not blind.
I'll tell my husband nothing of what's occurred if, in turn, you give your solemn word to advocate as forcefully as you can the marriage of Blair and Marianne, renouncing all desires to dispossess another of one's rightful happiness, and...
No! Will not hush up this vile affair! I heard it so! Inside that closet there! Where heaven, in order to confound the pride of this great rascal, prompted me to hide. Now I have my long-awaited chance to punish his deceit and arrogance and give my father clear and shocking proof of the black character of his dear Tartuffe.
I promise silence, don't make me break my word. To cause a scandal now would be too absurd. Good wives knock off such stripes and forget them. Why should they tell their husbands and upset them?
To spare him now would be insanely wrong. I've swallowed my just wrath for far too long and watched this insolent begging, bringing strife and bitterness into our family life. Too long he's meddled in my father's affairs, thwarting my marriage hopes and poor Valaire's. It's high time my father was undeceived now I've got proof that can't be disbelieved. This is my chance, and I deserve to lose it if for one moment I hesitate to use it.
To me?
No! I must do what I think right. Imagine my heart is bursting with delight. Say whatever you will. I'll not consent to lose the sweet revenge on which I'm bent. I'll settle matters with God's more. I do. And here, most opportunely, is my cue. Father, I'm glad you joined us. Let us advise you of some fresh news which doubtless will surprise you. You've just been repaid with interest for all your loving kindness to our guest. He's proven his warm and grateful feelings towards you. It's with a pair of eyes that he would reward you. Yes, I surprised him with your wife. Oh, heard his whole adulterous offer. Every word. She, with her all too gentle disposition, would not have told you of his proposition.
I hold that one's husband's peace of mind should not be spoiled by tattle of this kind. These are my sentiments, and I wish to me that you had heeded me and held your peace.
Can it be true, this dreadful thing I hear? Yes?
Oh. Dear brother, I'm a wicked man, I fear. A wretched sinner, all depraved and twisted, the greatest villain that has ever existed. My life's one heap of crimes which grows each minute. There's not but foulness and corruption. Charge me with any deed you wish to name. I'll not defend myself, but take the blame. Just believe what you are told to try. Tartuffe like a base criminal from beneath your roof. Drive me hence, and with the parting curse I shan't protest, for I deserve far worse.
Oh, you deceitful boy! How dare you try and stand in here with so foul a lie? What? Are you taken in by such a bluff? Did you not heed? No, Roby, no!
Brother, let him speak. You're being unjust. Believe the story. The boy deserves your trust. Why, after all, should you have faith in me? How can you know what I might do or be? Don't be deceived by hollow shows. I'm far alas from being what men suppose. And though the world takes me for a man of worth, I'm truly the most worthless man on earth. Yes, my dear son, speak out now. Coveted sheep of sinners, a wretch, a murderer, load me with all the names men most for. I'll kneel here while you pour them on my head in just punishment for the life I've led.
This is too much, dear brother. Have you no heart?
Are you so hoodwinked by this wrath?
Be still, monster! Brother, I pray you rise.
Villain, find silence! Do you realize?
Brother, don't be harsh with him. I'd rather far be tortured at a stake than see him bear one scratch for my poor sake.
Ingrate!
I must beg you, on bended knee, to pardon him.
Such goodness cannot be. Now there's true charity.
What do you think
Villain,
of
be
that?
still. I know your motives. I know you wish him ill. Yes, all of you. Wife, children, servants all conspire against him and desire his fall. Employing every shameful trick you can to alienate me from this saintly man. Ah, the more you seek to drive him away, the more I'll do to keep him. Without delay, I'll spite this household and confound its pride by giving him my daughter as his bride.
What? You're going to force her to accept his hand?
Yes, and this very night, do you understand? I shall defy you all, and make it clear that I'm the one who gives the orders here. Come, wretch, kneel down and clasp his blessed feet, and ask his pardon for your black deceit.
I ask that swindler's pardon? Why, I'd rather...
So, you insult me and defy your God. A stick! A stick! Now release me, douche! Out of my husband's minutes! Be off with you! And never dare set foot in it again!
Well, I shall go!
Lord, as I've already done. I can't know how it hurts when someone tries to blacken me in my dear brother's eyes.
Oh,
The mere thought of such ingratitude plunges my soul into so dark a mood. Such horror pricks my heart. I gasp for breath. I cannot speak and feel myself near death.
you blackguard. Why did I spare you? Why did I not spread you in little pieces on the spot? Compose yourself, let me first do.
These scenes, these dreadful quarrels have got to end. You know, I've much upset your household, and I perceive that the best thing will be for me to leave.
What are you saying?
They're all against me here. They'd have you think me false and insincere.
Now, what of that? Have I ceased believing in you?
Their adverse talk will certainly continue, and charges which you now repudiate you may find credible at a later date.
No. Brother, never.
Brother, a wife can sway her husband's mind in many a subtle way.
No, no.
Believe at once is the solution, thus only can I end their persecution.
No, no! I'll not lie with you. You shall remain!
It will mean much martyrdom and pain, but if you wish, enough of it. But one matter must be settled, as I see it. For your dear honor, for our friendship's sake, there's one precaution I feel bound to take. I shall avoid your wife and keep away.
No, you shall not. Whatever they may say. It pleases me to vex them, and for spite I'll have them see you with her day and night. What's more, I'm going to drive them to despair by making you my only son, and then this very day I'll give to you alone a clear deed entitled to everything I know. A dear good friend, son-in-law to be is more than wife, child, kinsman. Will you accept my offer, dearest son?
In all things, at the will of heaven, be done.